and welcome back to Travel Tip Tuesday with the Travel Mug Podcast. So, Megan, I was just in Bangor, Maine recently for a weekend trip. And the purpose of the trip was to go to a Jason Mraz concert, which was amazing. But of course, we looked for other things to do while we were there. And one of the things that we booked was a walking tour of the famed Mount Hope Cemetery, which is like absolutely massive. If you are a Stephen King fan, apparently Stephen King was frequently seen wandering and looking like I think he's taken some names from some of the graves for some of his books. And also, it is kind of the setting of Pet Cemetery, and the part of the movie was filmed there as well. But the tour that we booked was with the Bangor Historical Society, and our tour was amazing. The tour guide, Matthew, was the curator of the Bangor Historical Society and was super knowledgeable and, like, obviously loved sharing the history of the cemetery and the history of Bangor as well. They do a few other tours, including a Best of Bangor and a Fire of 1911 walking tour as well. So it was like 90 minutes. And then after the tour, we were driving back to our hotel, and my husband and I were talking about how much we've enjoyed booking ghost tours and walking tours on our last few trips. Like, obviously we could have gone and just wandered the cemetery on our own, but like the names and the details of some of the buildings and the graves would have essentially meant nothing to us. We would have been like, that's cool. I don't know what it means. You learn a lot. So we've also done ghost tours in Mount Dora, Florida, which I talked about on my last Florida trip report. And then we did one in Boston last fall as well. And then Megan and I and our husbands, we've done a double date ghost tour in Halifax, which we've chatted about before too. And tours like this, either ghost tours or walking tours, are an amazing way to get to know the history of a city or a place. And the tour guide can provide so much more information and context of the buildings or the graves. And you get like the opportunity to ask questions as well. And how I find these is quite technical, Megan. I Google ghost tour or walking tour and the city name. It's
Wow.
I know. That's a great way to start. Definitely check out historical societies, the place that you're visiting as well, to see if they offer tours. But Megan, do you seek out these types of tours when you travel? Like, are you interested in them? Are there something that's on your radar?
Yeah. So, like you mentioned, we obviously did the ghost tour. I have done a witch walk in Salem,
Oh,
and
fun.
I've also done a Jack the Ripper walking tour in London. So, I have done them. I have to say, it's not necessarily something I gravitate toward. I find myself on tours like that a bit impatient. I think that's, again, a me problem. But you are 100% right when you say, otherwise, you will walk by things and have no clue what they are. But tours like that give you so much context. And I think they're so valuable. Even when we're in Bar Harbor, especially in the evenings, we see the person who usually leads the tour there with their lantern and their
Yeah.
old timey garb on. And it looks cool, I have to say. So it's not something I do often, but every time I've done it, much like the Harbor Hopper here in Halifax, you learn so much information. So I definitely see their value and I see why people enjoy them.
Yeah. I feel like this is becoming my thing now, that I'm gonna like start doing this like every place that we travel.
A
Like,
tradition now.
yeah. I think that my husband's like, "Oh, you really like these?" I'm like, "Yeah, I do actually." We're thinking about doing one with some friends in Lunenburg. They do one. It departs, of course, from the Lunenburg Academy. If you've ever seen the building, it is quite spooky from the outside, and I can confirm also spooky on the inside. So, um,
Great place.
great place to start a ghost tour. So that's all we have this week. Let us know if you do any fun or spooky tours on your travels, what your favorites are, so that I can go do them. You can find us on social media at Travel Mug Podcast or on our website, travelmugpodcast.com. Please consider leaving us a review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, or supporting the show through Buy Me a Coffee. And we would also super appreciate it if you shared the show with a travel loving, ghost tour loving pal. That would be
I
great.
mean,
We will chat with you again soon. Bye, everyone.
bye.